There has been so much talk on this channel and just all across the internet about the Pixel Fold and why it has not yet received some of the big features from the Pixel 8 line of devices. Most notably is going to be Magic Editor. And the reason is because one, Magic Editor is awesome. Two, Samsung's version of Magic Editor, which is called Generative Edit, and it's the exact same thing, has just rolled out to older devices like the Z Fold 5. And three, we know that this feature does in fact run in the cloud. Therefore, it should be able to run on pretty much any device that they want to put it on. So, as I've said here, the fact that it's not on other devices is only the case because they want you to buy the Pixel 8. It is a selling feature of this device. But according to this article on Android Authority, based on an APK teardown, this might be changing relatively soon. Headline: Google's Magic Editor might soon be free for all with a major catch. So let's scroll down into the body of this article, and what we have is basically they took the Google Photos APK and they tore into it looking for strings of text, bits of code that aren't necessarily active but are there as they begin to work on future features. This is a great way that enterprising journalists like the author of this article, who I should credit here, I'm sorry, you can see it on screen. I don't want to be disrespectful by butchering your name. I apologize. I'll link to the article in the description though, so you can read the full thing. They've dug in and they have found some really interesting stuff here. So we have this string of text up here on this top line that says, make editing even easier with a new AI experience from labs, remove distractions. It's just describing what Magic Editor is. You can save edited photos every month or subscribe to a Google One premium plan for unlimited save. So there's some text there that maybe that's calling to something else, or maybe it's probably calling to like how many you've already used or something like that. Basically, they're going to roll out Magic Editor and everyone's going to be able to have it, but you're only going to have so many Magic Edits per month. And you may be thinking, wow, that's absolutely insane that they're charging to let you edit your photos, but let's kind of pump the brakes a little bit. There is a reason that Samsung is going to start charging for these AI features next year as well, right? It's because this stuff is happening in the cloud. What does that mean? Well, it means when you do this edit, it gets uploaded to a data center. The edit is occurred there. The edit is processed there, and then it is sent back to your phone. And running these colossal data centers is not free. Samsung is going to be using Google's data centers. As far as we can tell, Samsung is going to be charged by Google to do this. So they're going to kick that can on down the road to the consumer. That's just how it's going to work. Now, for Google, they own those data centers, but they also don't want to operate them at a loss, essentially. So they're going to let you have so many, but if you want to keep doing a whole bunch, you're going to probably, well, definitely, you're going to need a Google One subscription. Personally, this is no great loss to me because I already have a Google One subscription, and depending on what tier we're talking about, right? Like if they just have a Google One subscription and this is going to function the same as like Google One VPN, it's just part of the basic package. We're talking about $2 a month, and you're not just getting Magic Editor, you're getting the VPN, you're getting a whole bunch more cloud storage, which I am a big fan of because I keep 1 billion photos in my Google Photos account. So again, for me, this is no great loss because I already have a Google One account, but it's just something to keep in mind. You may need one in order to use Magic Editor in the hopefully pretty darn near future. Now, obviously, it will be a pretty big disappointment if they do kind of what they're doing with the Gemini Advanced model. As you can see, you have to have the $20 a month 2 terabyte plan to have Gemini Advanced. Personally, I don't think that's what's going to happen. My expectation is that it's going to be tied to just the basic Google One plan, which you can't actually see here because I have the 2 terabyte plan currently, so I can't really downgrade, so it's not showing that, but trust me, it's there. You saw it probably earlier in the video. This is one of those sort of like bittersweet things, right? Like it's kind of justification for what I've been saying for months that Magic Editor should be on these devices because it could run on anything because it runs in the cloud, and I've had people telling me that I'm wrong, and I'm not wrong. I've been right the entire time. just like Magic Eraser can run on everything, and they said it had to be a tensor, and now it runs on everything, and it got backported. I knew that it was a very similar kind of thing to that, but even more so because, again, it runs in the cloud. It doesn't matter what device it's on. As long as it has an internet connection, it's going to be just fine. And it's good to know that we're going to have this feature on the Pixel Fold and other devices. Hopefully, I mean, the fact that it's in the APK, that should indicate relatively soon, but it's bitter because not everybody has that Google One subscription. Not everybody feels the need to have it. Again, for me, I already have it because I find great value in it. So adding another great feature to it just adds to that value. But if you don't have this subscription, you don't want the subscription, you may be looking at this and thinking, well, $2 a month for Magic Editor, that's insane. I'm just not going to have access to that feature as much as maybe I would want. Maybe you've only got 5 or 10 Magic Edits per month, something like that. I don't know. I don't know what the number is going to be. You're going to have to decide if it's worth it to you and if you need to have that subscription or not. I will, like I said, drop a link to this article in the description down below because I think it's really, really good stuff, and you should click it and you should look at some ads on their website and help pay for some bills over at Android Authority. Guys, drop some comments down below. What do you think about this? Let me know. I'll see you on the next one. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.